Alright friends, so today in this video I will add some animation to this hamburger icon, and I will add some animation to this nav also. Okay, so to add the animations in React, we can use the React library called Framer Motion. And to use that library, what we can do is we can come to this terminal and add like a framer motion. We have to install it, so we can say npm install framer motion, right? So just install it on your project. And meanwhile I want to show you something. Let me go to their website. Okay, framer motion. Okay, so you can come to this website, okay, here, and you can see they have lots of example in their official website, so you check this out. I recommend that. Okay, and uh, they have great examples. You can learn lots of things from here. Okay, and they have an introduction here, and they have suggestion on how to install everything. Okay, so here you have to say npm install, and we have to import motion. Okay, and how that motion is used, they have all the examples for that. And if you are interested to learn more, you can always come to this website. Okay, so let's go to our project. Okay, now after we install a framer motion, what we can do is we can come over here and import what we need to import. We need to import motion from framer motion, right? So after we import that, how we can use that is we need to use those over here on this spam. All right, so let's talk about the what kind of animation we want first. Okay, so we have like this hamburger icon we created. Okay, so this has like 3 bars, right? So my goal is kind of, I want to make some animation like this top bar to come over here on up to the middle. Okay, and this bottom bar also come to the middle, so kind of squeeze from the top. Okay, and when once it's come to the this middle part, the top bar will rotate like 45 degree, and the bottom bar should rotate on the opposite side 45 degree, and it will make something like this cancel sign. Right over here we have close sign. It will make something like that. Okay, and this middle bar should be disappear. Okay, and it will make like cross sign. So that's animation we want with this hamburger icon. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so to do that, let's come over here, and we need to actually add motion to each of this spam. So, and that spam is span actually is the bar. Okay, here each span is this one top bar, middle bar, and the bottom bar. Okay, that is what is represented by this span. All right, then how we can do that? So we can also come over here and we can put the animation and all that over here, but I think I should do is, okay, just the initial. Okay, let me just add the initials over here. Initials at the initial, what is the animation? That's all it's asking, and we will say false. Why false? In at the beginning when this website is load, I don't want any animations happen to this, right? I want the animation only when I click it and this nav is open, and if I click again the nav is closed, then I want that some animation. I don't want animation initially by default, right? That's why I said just false, right? And I can provide the what kind of animation over here also, animate actually. And but if I provide all the logic and all the animation properties over here, it kind of sometimes looks messy. So the best idea I think will be creating the variables, not the variables, but it's kind of variant. Okay, variant for this animation. So how we can do that? We can come over here, we can say const in framer motion we have a variant, and what we want to name the variant. Okay, let's say this top bar. Okay, top bar variant, because we need a variant for each bar, because each bar has a different kind of animation style, right? One is rotating other side, another is rotating other side, and the middle is doing this different kind of animation. So just let me name it top, I think bar variation. I think this is good enough name. Okay, so let's go here, and what we have to provide, we have to say, let's say open, and open has some properties, and this, and close. I think close also makes sense. Okay, so what we want to do, we want, if this nav is open, I want some animation to it, and if it is closed, I want the another animation, right? So every time it's open, it should come, close sign should come over here, and when I click again, and this should go back to the default, right? Default position, so something like that. Okay, so what I want to do it here is, so first I said I want to change the y position. What is y position? Y means y axis. Okay, if I want to move anything that in the y axis, I can give it the value of y. Okay, it means y axis, and x axis means this. Y means up and down, x means side by side. Okay, right and left. Okay, something like that. Okay, and it depends on the value initial position. Okay, something like that. Okay, so y from the initial position here, what I want to do, I want, like, this is the 2px, this bar is 2px in height, and we have a space like 8px over here. You can see I gave the 8px space over here, and the bar is like 2px, so right, so I want the top bar to drop like 10px below, right? So I can say from the its original y position, that is 0, then we need to drop 10. Okay, so after that, what I want to do is, I can say come here, and I want to do rotate, right? Rotate, I think we can say rotate, and how much rotation I want, like 45 degree, right? Let's say that. And when I want to close, how I can do that, I want to say, when close, I want to say this, go back to the same previous position, is original position is always 0, right? If that makes sense. Okay, rotate, and rotate is 0 because we do not have any rotation at the beginning, right? So I just want to return back to the its original position, right? All right, now we have to use this. So to use that, what you can say is, you can come over here, you can say variants, and variants, you can provide this top bar variation. Okay, after doing that, one more thing you need to do is, that is, let me just drop that, and what I want to do here is animate, and animate, I have to give some logic. So what is the logic? So what determine this animations, this animation is directly related to this show. Okay, so show mean is a true and false value, and every time if this show is true, that means when we are showing this nav is true, then I want this animation to start, right? And when this animation, this show is false, I want the different animation, right? So it is directly related to this show. So we gonna say here, if show is true, so if show is true, what we want to animate open. Okay, because nav is open, so start animation of open. And open, where we getting this open from? This we are getting from this variants, right? Okay, here you can also see open, we are getting open and close, right? So that is what will be using. And if it is so is false, we want it to be close, right? And if we save that, what happens? Let's see, this one is kind of sliding down, right? It's rotating. Okay, but the thing is, as I said earlier, that we want this first nav to drop up to this middle bar first, right? Then only rotate. Okay, but it is happening together, all together, right? So to to animate it, one by one, what we can do is we can use like a property like a, I think it's called transition. Okay, and if that after that, what we can do is what kind of transition we need, we can provide there. Okay, so and let's put it like that. So we have to provide the object and what we can say. So y, okay, what kind of transition we want in the y, we can separate it that all the way also. Okay, so what kind of transition we want in the y, we can say here, let's say this is y is a kind of duration is 0.4. okay, run this y means this shift the position of this on the y axis by 10 within the duration of 4 seconds, 0.4 second, right? So after that we can say rotate, and rotate we can say delay. Okay, delay by 0.4 seconds. So what is, okay, we need to put comma over here. Okay, and how this is working is, first we said this, the duration of this y animation should be 0.4 second, and rotation should start, the delay means rotation should start after 0.4. So once this y axis animation is done, then only this rotation animation will start, right? Okay, so what else I want? I want also total duration of the whole animation. So I want 0.6 second for the whole animation to run, and never forget comma over here, otherwise this showing error all the time. Okay, saved it. Okay, now it will work or not? Yes, no. Why it's not working? It should drop below duration. Okay, I spell it wrong, right? So that's the reason. Okay, again save it, and let's see, it's still not working. Okay, duration, what is the spelling of duration? Duration and delay, rotate, and duration. Okay, it's supposed to work. Why it's not working? If so is open, otherwise it's closed. It should work. Okay, let me see what's going on. Rotate, transition spelling is wrong or what? TRA. Okay, you know what, I can't spell, sorry about that. Okay, I think that's the spelling, TRANSITION. Okay, saved it, and let's see again. See now what is happening when I click it, you're gonna see that this bar is coming down to this middle, then only rotating. See, yeah, okay, that's good, that is what I wanted. All right, now after that what I want, okay, so I want the same thing with this bottom bar also, right? And this is the one which I want. Okay, so I can actually create a one variant. Let me create a variant first. Okay, so I just copy this one because I need the same thing. I know not the same thing but the similar thing, and after pasting it, let me name this what should name, bottom. Okay, it's a bottom bar. Okay, and when open, I don't want it to go down, right? I want it to go up, so just give the negative value. When the rotation, what the rotation should be opposite direction, so negative 45, and duration, rotation, and this delay, everything is as I want, right? And let me just copy this. Okay, and then paste it over here. okay, because this logic is same. Okay, when we it's so is true, we want to it to be open, otherwise close, right? And close animation, then we need a variant, and we want to use bottom variation over here. And once we saved it, look at that. Okay, when we click it, it just go to the bottom for the it meet in the middle, then only rotate. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we need some animation on this one also. Okay, same thing similarly. Okay, let me just copy this again. I let me get that, and then for the middle one, what I want, let's say this is middle bar variation. Okay, uh, let me just delete this bottom, and I said middle bar variation, and what I want with this. Okay, with this middle bar, I think I don't need this rotate Y and rotate on Y animation, right? Because I don't want to rotate anything or do anything. I just want to change its opacity so that it's disappear. Okay, okay, so how we can do that? When we uh, open it, I think I need to remove it. So opacity. Okay, opacity, and opacity should be 0 over here. And transition duration, what I want to write down here. Okay, this Y and rotate property, I don't need it, so just delete it. And duration 6 second, no, the duration should be 0.4 maybe. Okay, or okay, not do that. I just want to add delay here. Okay, let's say delay 0.4 and duration is 0. Duration should be 0. Okay, let me make sense in my head first. Okay, all right, I think that makes sense. Okay, so delay, that what we are doing here is we are delaying this animation by 0.4. What is that 0.4? This is the duration of this top bar and bottom bar to come over here. Once it's over here with the in the exact same position to the middle one, and this has no duration, so it just opacity just changed to 0. Okay, it's not taking time anytime, it just changed its opacity completely 0. That means we will not see that. Okay, and what I want in the close, when it close, let me think. Okay, when we close, what kind of animation I want opacity to be 1, right? We need to get that opacity back, and for now let's just do that. And for the closing, we will make another, we will add more thing. Okay, okay, so we need to use this middle bar variation over here. So to do that, I can say variance and middle bar variation. And another thing I want it here is, let me just copy that and show that I don't have to type it again, and paste it over here, saved it. Okay, and open should work as I wish, right? See, that's a nice animation. So it collapse in the middle and then make its close sign over here. Okay, cross sign. Okay, all right, that looks good. Okay, I like that. All right, now we will work on this one. So what we want here, I think we want the similar thing, right? Why we want to go back to the 0 and rotation to 0, but let me say transition here, transition. Okay, after transition we have to provide it as a object, and then we can say y, or first let's remove the rotation first. Rotate. Okay, rotate, what we want to rotate, rotate should be like duration. Okay, so duration. What is should be the duration? Let me say mm, 0.2 maybe. Okay, in 0.2 second this should be rotation should be 0, already 0 this. Okay, and then or or yeah, I think that's good. And on the y also we have to say then before starting y delay. Okay, same logic like before, I think. Okay, this is 0.2. Okay, uh, that's good. And what the total duration will be? Duration of the animation will be, let's say, same as the before, 0.6. If I saved it, yes, it's working. So same logic, let me add it over here also. And let me just grab this from transition, right? I, Let me just grab this one, copy this over here. This is the bottom one. Okay, I need the same same logic. I need to change anything? I don't think so, because rotation should be have the duration 0.2 second, and y should delay, uh, y animation should delay for 0.2 second. I think that's good. I think, let me just save it again and check it. Yes, see. Woo, nice. Only thing, this middle this bar is kind of directly popping up because we set it as a opacity 1, right? So uh, how we can do this to make it nicer? Okay, so when this opacity 1 should happen, this opacity 1 should happen after like um, after like this 0.2 second, right? Same like this, it should wait until the rotation completed of this top and bar and bottom bar, then only opacity 0, right? And I should say delay should be, oh no, not directly delay, but we have to put it inside the transition, and then only we can say delay should be, as we say, 0.2. I think that will do. Or duration, do you wanna keep duration? And the duration of this animation should be 0.4 maybe. Okay, just I think that will work just like so. See, it collapses in the middle, and when we collapse, make it cross sign, and now when I click this, rotate first in the middle, everything meet at middle, and each bar goes to its original position. I like that. Okay, that is done then. And then what we want to do next? We want to do next is we want to add some animation to this. Okay, I want to add some staggering animations. Stagger animation, what that mean is actually this link should pop up one by one, something like that. Okay, so how we can do it, let's see. Okay, so in the framer motion, and in the, if we have something in the React, if we have something like that, in the basis of this true or false value, if we are presenting our component in the in the website, or hiding it or showing it or hiding it, right? This one, it's not in the DOM element, right? We are not finding it. So if we are hiding or showing it, that means this element is existing out of this layout, right? So if we add some animation, but if there is nothing in the in the layout, how the framer motion will animate it? So to say the framer motion that add the capability that that we have some element that will be exit from the layout, then we have to say that before that uh, some animation is within there, and before exit it complete the animation. Okay, if that makes sense. So to do that, we have to say, we have to first import something here. Let's say I will give you example, and then I think you will understand it better. uh, Rather than I am talking nonsense. Animate presence, right? I think this is the one. Okay, and what we have to do is we have to say animate presence over here, and let me just, okay, let me just this grab this and add it in the back. So when we wrap the element, this component with this animated presence, before this is disappearing from our layout, we want, it is saying that complete the animation we given, otherwise it directly disappear. Okay, it will not animate, so we want it to wait until the animation finish, so that is what it's doing. Okay, and the other thing, we cannot use the motion as we use this, where is it, where I use motion, oh okay, here I use motion for span, right? We cannot use it on the custom component, right? The component that we created, we cannot use it. So to you, in order to use this motion and animation, it should be the like a HTML element like div or span, like here, or button. You can animate those things, but you cannot use those motion in the components that we create. Okay, so keep that on mind. So let me save this, and we need to go to this one, this mobile nav, to animate now. Okay, so we just gonna animate over here. So we will import again, import over here motion. So we need to import motion here from framer motion, and we are using this motion over here in the nav, because we can do that. Motion we can use in the nav, but we cannot use in here. Okay, so we are using here. And this animate presence also, you, if you don't want to leave it here, you can bring over here and wrap this animate presence over here also. That way also you can do that, but I like to wrap over here because it's, we have a logic over here, right? So if show is there, then animate this. Okay, if show is not there, and exit animation, do it. And this has a animate presence right inside, so I put it over here, and then we will animate over here, right? Okay, so as I said earlier, we will make some staggering animation. So this each element, each child of the nav, nav, and the each link will uh, animate one by one. Okay, uh, and to do that, I need to to be able to add motion over here. But the problem, again I said, we cannot use the motion to this nav link, right? We need to have like a HTML element over there kind of. So to do that, just wrap this. Okay, where, how we wrap, let me just wrap it in div, right? So that makes sense, no problem. This will work. Just let me just get this over here and put it on the button, saved it. And then in, now to do this, to this div we can use motion. So why use, I use this wrapper, because I cannot use this motion over here. So I wrap this everything in the div, so that I can use the animation to this div, and that way the animation will be, linked to this nav also. Okay, and one thing you must remember is you cannot leave this key over here, or you can leave, but you have to provide the key over here also, because uh, you have to put the key on the first, child, the child of the this loop. Okay, so let me just grab this over here and remove from there, and let me just add it over here. So key is there. Okay, saved it. All right, everything is working, I guess. Okay, now time for the animation. So what is the first thing we want to do? Okay, we want the same thing as before, something like we want to create a variant first. Okay, okay, let me just create the variants. So variant, what will be the name of this variant? Okay, we can say parent. Let's say just nav variants. Okay, nav variants not sound good. Variation. Okay, nav variation, where is b? uh, okay, I think that is good. Okay, so initial. Okay, initial, we can say the name, what the initial should be. Okay, initial INITIAL. What I am doing, don't get confused, I have to create this. Okay, when I create this, I will put the initial object over there. Okay, and we need animate just like before what we did. Okay, and here also we want to, when we animate, what we want, open, right? So it is also linked to this open. When this is open, then we want some animation. When it closing, we want a different kind of animation. So same as that, but in this one, the one thing is different is we have to say exit. So what this exit, this is close. So when this is closed, this is disappearing from the our layout, right? So when this is disappearing from our layout, I want to uh, apply this animation before it exit. Okay, if that makes sense. So when we click it, this is exit from our layout, right? So exit close should be applied. Okay, all right, all right, I hope this is makes sense. And what is this wrong with this is, I don't know. Okay, let me get it that. All right, let me just create it then. Okay, otherwise you get confused. Let me create this variation. So let's say const, what's we name it, nav variation. Okay, and we have to provide this, and we need initial initial INITIAL. Okay, initial, what is initial? We have something in initial. Okay, I will give you that little bit later. Okay, initial, and we have open, right? What is open? We will provide that too. And when exiting, what we want, close animation to happen, right? These three animations, and we, this is initial position. What is the initial position? That's all I want to provide. Okay, so here in the initial, what is the initial position? Initial position opacity 0. Okay, this is the beginning. Okay, every time, because when we start this uh, website, launch this page, this one is always closed, and the initial position of this nav is, I want the opacity to be 0 all the time. Okay, uh, okay, after that we want to open. When we open, opacity should go to 1, right? From initial position 0, we want to go to the opacity 1. And in the closing, back to the, when exit from the layout, what we want the same thing. I think that's all I want, right? Is that working? See this, I think appearing, see, slowly disappearing, not popping up, right? Directly pop out, right? This is working. That means it's working. And then what we have to do, okay, let me create another nav that we will be using. Okay, and here, okay, where is my motion div? Okay, here, I have to say something. Let me make a space. Okay, so what we want to do here, I want to add variant, and we will call this link variation. Okay, whatever name you want to give, you can give it. Okay, this name is not important. Okay, so you can name as you like if you don't like the naming my naming style. All right, then initial. Okay, you know what, when we have the variant and we provide the variant in the this parent, we don't have to provide this initial animation close because by default the initial will be here, animate open will be here, and exit close will be already over here. Okay, you don't have to write it on, you just only you have to provide that in the parent motion. Okay, the parent motion you have to in this case motion.nav, we've already provided it, so we don't have to provide it, it automatically add that. So we just need to provide the name of open, close, and initial on that variant. Okay, what I mean by that is we can say const what we can say const link, right? We name link variation equals to, what I mean by that is we have to provide here initial, initial initial, and here we have to say, what we have to say, open, and next is close. Okay, that's all we want, right? Okay, okay. So all right, then what is the initial of should be goes here? Initial should be, let's say we want y position, we want to give 20. So why am giving 20? Because I want this home to come from bottom 20 px to upward. Okay, so it will, after we open it, home is coming from the down to up. Okay, something like that animation. Okay, and opacity start at 0 first and gradually increase to the 1. So here I want y to be 0 when open its original position, give it original position, and opacity to be 1. Okay, I think that is what I want. And in the end, when we close it and exit it, we want let's say y to be, let's say 20 maybe. Okay, go back to this initial position, something like that maybe, or opacity to be 0. Okay, let me just do that first and let's see what is happening. See, this one is moving from bottom. See, but the problem is the all the animation is applied to this link, all of this link together, so everything is moving from 20 to upward. But as we said before, we want the stagger animation, right? That means one link should come first and then it should be followed by the rest, right? One by one. Okay, so in order to get that, we can, what we can do is we can do that by adding some properties to the parent variant also. Okay, then let me show how we can do that. So first thing what we can do is we can say transition, and transition, what we want, I want something here. Let's say first put the duration. What is the duration we want? Maybe 0.6 maybe, or 0.4. Let me check that later. Okay, let me just add for now duration 0.6. Then okay, I don't want that long also. This is just for the parent, right? This duration will be applied to parent, and I don't want the parent to take like full time to come up. Okay, let me just put it 4 so that By the time this everything is joined, this one nav background is already open, something like that. Okay, and duration is done. And when I want to apply this, before children, before, or I think children, I think this is the way we have to do it. And let me explain that little bit later. Okay, just give me a second. Stagger, we need to say stagger, children, and we can say 0.09. I don't want to take that long also. Okay, huh, I think this will work. So what I'm trying to do is this nav this background will open this as a opacity, right, 1, and from 0 to 1 it will pop up first within 0.4 second, right? And this animation will happen before the children. So until this completed, the children will not appear, because we said when this animation happens before children, right? And after after this 0.4 second, what we want stagger children within 0.01 second. So that 0.09 second, that what that means is after one of this link will come up uh, from bottom to top, within this time frame after the another will come, and then another will come. Okay, that is what it's saying. Okay, all right, let me check if it's working. Let me save it. And I see some error. Where is error? What kind of error I'm getting? Let me see. What is it? Okay, how this view come over here, I have no idea. Okay, just remove that, save it, and then let me check. See, this one is coming one by one, it's not coming all together at once, right? So when we clock this when we open the nav, first this nav background will come up, and then only the link will come up on the top, right? See how nice is it? Likey like that. Okay, so now, but during the when we close it, it's just going it has no animation, right? So let's fix that too. So similar thing, I think, for the closing also we have to say transition, same thing. And what we can say is maybe duration, same thing. Or we have to provide, let's say when, first start from when we have to say after children here, right? We said here before children and after children here. And then what I want here is stagger children, children, stagger children, same thing, 0.09. But the only difference will be delay, no, not the delay, but stagger direction, direction. Okay, stagger direction should be -1. Okay, what that mean? Okay, so we, as you see, when it's opening, this stagger and happens from the first element, right? First element, this link element, home will come first, and then about come next, and then this contact come next, and then finally this gallery, right? But the when I said -1, this will start from gallery and then contact, and then we just change in the direction of this. Okay, let me, and again I saying something error, what I am saying here. Let me, similar thing happens or something else. Okay, I get here stagger again. Oh shit, add it, save it. Okay, after I save it, see, one time it is coming from bottom to top. Now from the bottom it will disappear on the, see. All right, I think that is that. I think, let me, one thing I want to add is duration, maybe. Duration after children happening, right? Hmm. What should be the duration for this? After children, so it's starting from after children, and let me just put it 0 0.4 maybe. I think that will be good enough. Okay. Yeah, looks nice, right? And if you want to make a little bit aggressive downfall, just change the value. Okay, let me add 40 over here, and let's see. Yeah, okay, it looks more nice because it's moving fast, so we feel like some, you know, little bit extra. So whatever the number you like, you can change it. You can play around it. Okay, you can change all the, numbers over here and see what kind of animation you like. And as I suggested before, you can go to that website I show you earlier, and framer, and you can see lots of example over there, learn from there, apply to that to your project. You can make lots of nice animation from the framer motion. Okay, for now I think what I wanted to create is already done. So that's all for this video, I think. Okay, see you next time.